is the first part of two-part series video in which I'm going to introduce the launch of the my strategies, which is called Never Lose Capital. All right, so first of all, I like to talk about the focus of the first video, which I will be talking about the strategies and the benefits of buying the strategy service. In the second part, I'll be talking about how to set up to test the strategy. All right, let's dive into the first part. Now, never lose capital strategies has two objectives. All right, so the strategies has two objectives. The first is to preserve trading capital. So most traders and investors are really concerned about losing the trading capital at any given time during the trading period. So this strategy is actually going to preserve the trading capital at all costs. So I will explain in moments why I will be able to do that. Now the second objective is to provide decent returns. So essentially, I'm very humble to say this, but actually the return of the strategy is in the range of 1x, 2x, 3x, up to 10x. For example, for this cryptocurrency pair, the return is 10x within 1.5 years, right? And similarly, for this pair item USDT, the return is 10x. For this pair euro, the return is 7x, etc. Now, next, I'm going to explain to you why the strategy never loses trading capital. All right. So now, the strategies that never loses trading capital because it takes only buy trades, okay, no sell trade involved, and it trades, in the spot markets or future markets without leverage. All right. So for any positions, any open positions, okay, those positions never go to zero unless price go to zero. All right. So the key things are, okay, the strategy trades spot markets or future markets without leverage. All right. It doesn't trade, with the leverage, which is sometimes very risky if the market turns against the trades. All right, so basically the strategy is a risk strategy with maximum 3 open positions at any time. Right, so if let's say the strategies opens the first position, if price goes against the first positions, so it places the second trade, okay, and similarly is for the next trade. So maximum 3 trades at the same time. So the purpose of placing a couple more additional trades is to increase the turnover, the trade turnover. So to get out of the losing positions fast to capture other opportunities coming. So actually, the strategy works very well. So what kind of signals or what kind of indicators or candlestick pattern I use? So I will never reveal these details because they are secrets, I would say. Okay. Right. Now let's go back to the objective. Right. It's the returns. Okay, so fantastic. So far, I've been testing just about 100 cryptocurrency pairs, and there are many more to test from Binance Exchange. So So actually, Binance James provides, I think, about over 500 crypto pairs to trade, and this is a list of criteria. I select cryptocurrency pairs to test and trade. First of all, I look at the market cap. The market cap must be at least $1 billion. All right, and the second criterion is price. So price is actually less than $100. So if price is actually over $100, the return is that's okay, acceptable. 1x, 2x, 3x, but not fantastic compared with so if price is less than $100. Right now, right. So now let's talk about okay. Um, Now, if you look at the max drawdown, okay, uh, you say the return, is actually 10x, but the max drawdown is about 40%, which is quite high. Yes, that's true, right? For many strategies out there, maximum drawdown percentage really affects, the end results because at some time during the trading periods, you might lose all trading capital because of market drawdown. Now, for this strategy, even though we have high market drawdown, actually has a psychological impact only because we know that the strategy never loses trading capital. All right, so this is the key thing, right? So max drawdown for this strategy doesn't really affect the end result. It just affects people psychologically. Um, so this is the good things. We know in France that the strategy never loses trading capital, right? Um, Similarly, for this pair, the max drawdown is over 40%, but we know that's at the end of the day we make money anyway. Yeah, there's some fluctuation of the account balance, yeah, but it doesn't affect the end result much, right? For this one, similar, max drawdown is 40%, but the return is 7x. So for me, right, as the investor or trader, I would go for it, right? So after 1.5 years, I would get 700% returns, but I know in advance that I will never lose trading capital. So this is the key thing, right? Similarly, for this one, the return is 2x, max drawdown is 20%, right? Now, the next thing I want to address, so this, if you look at the appendix C, right at the end of the document, you will see the backtest results. Right, now many people ask me or really concerned about the backtest results against the live trading results. Yeah, they're right. So actually, many scammers out there provide very nice, perfect backtest results, but actually, um, the strategies returns so very bad results. So that's true, right? But for this strategy, right? Actually, I've been trading financial market for nearly 10 years. So when I test a strategy, I know exactly if the strategy works or not. All right. So now to provide you risk-free, is actually I offer you 1 month free trial for the strategy. So if you're happy with the result, then you can buy the service, which I'll be talking about in a moment, right? Now this is how I design the strategy. So let's go back to this overall pictures, right? All right, so here we are. Now, when I design strategy, I run the strategy on very common trading platforms like MetaTrader, specifically MetaTrader 5, or you can test the strategy on TradingView and some other platforms. Okay, once the strategy has been tested and working okay, so I converted the strategy into Google Apps scripts and run the scripts on Google Server. So why Google Server? So essentially, Google Servers provides absolutely free server um, hosting. Okay, if you run the script, with the Google's quota limits for sure. And the setup is very simple, right? And it costs people nothing, right? If you know how to do it. Right, so I run the strategy on Google's server using Google Apps Scripts, and the strategy actually sends a signal to client side. So on the client side, you need to run Google Apps Scripts as well. Okay, then the script will send orders to your crypto exchanges. So you can choose any crypto exchanges you want to trade with, like Binance, Bybit, Coupons, FTX, etc., etc. Right? So so this is actually fantastic trading system. So you remember that Google server is very reliable, and you don't need to worry about paying monthly fee, right? And and the Google Apps Script is a very powerful language for doing many things. On top of trading, you can do live reports, many other services related to trading. So that's the reason I choose this platform for running my strategy. So in the second video, I will show you how to set up Google Scripts on your site to have 1 month free uh, test drive. And after that, you're happy, you can purchase the service. All right. Now, at the end of the document, you find let's see where I put all the back test results. So yeah, you can check it out. Right. All right. Now let's talk about the last part, which is the service. Okay. Right. So page 11. So page 11. Now, for this strategies service, I provide um, two types of services. Okay, the first is details investor or trader. So, so if you're happy with the result of the strategy, you can buy the service for 45 US dollars per month per cryptocurrency pair. So if you subscribe to multiple pairs, you might get discounts, right? Um, so the service package also includes setup and resolve any issue during the service period. Now, the second time service, actually, I'm looking for partners, to take advantage of the strategy, because for this strategy, um, I don't have time to develop many services around this strategy. So partner actually who actually have a client base, so you can work with me to provide a fantastic, uh, service to their clients, right? So for my focus, would be on developing the back ends or things behind the scenes, and partners will be, providing services fantastic services to their clients, right? So I'm looking for partners. So if you are interested, you can contact me. So detailed contacts at the end of the document. So I provide the details here. All right. So I think that's all for the first part of the video. Again, for the second part, I will show you how to set up the Google App Streams, guys, on your side to run test drive. All right. So in the second part, guys, I show you how to set up this one. It takes about just 5 minutes to set it up. Okay. And after that, you can let it run forever. So basically. So thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.